Hi, my name is Trung Lê. This is my presentation for Introduction to Sociology. The article that I'm going to analyze is South and East Asian international students perceive prejudice, acculturation, and frequencies of health resource utilization by Lisa and Gargi. It appears in the October 26 issues of the Journal of Multicultural Counseling and Development. The researchers wanted to know if there are differences between South Asian international student and East Asian international student in perceiving prejudice, acculturation, and frequencies of health resource utilization. They also wanted to know which group of students has higher mean frequencies of health resource utilization. The independent variables is South and East Asian international student, and the dependent variable are the relationship of perceived prejudice and acculturation with frequency of health resource utilization. The researchers hypothesized that relationship of variable under study would be significantly related to frequencies of health resource utilization, but that the relationship would differ depending on Asian group membership. These researchers use survey technique to test hypotheses. As discussed in class, survey techniques is a technique which involves asking the sample of population question, record their responses, and using statistic method to figure out the answer. This study had a subject of 110 Asian international graduate students who attend Midwestern University. All of them were recruited via email from the list by the International Student Office. The survey was taken and multi-question model was made. The result of this survey showed that the mean frequencies of utilization of health resources was significantly higher for South Asian students as compared with East Asian students. But there was a weak positive but not significant between prejudice and frequencies of utilization of health resource for both South and East Asian group. They also found that the mean frequency of health resource was significantly higher for South Asian students. In this survey study, researchers follow ethical principle. They do not force any of these international students through the survey by threatening on their visa or their tuition fee. But the survey, there was one thing that the researcher did not mention on the survey. That was the subject should never be harmed by the researchers. Since the article is about Asian student and the Asian culture, and in Asian culture, sharing your mind, what about you, to a stranger is not supported and strange thing to do. Therefore, not all Asians agree with the idea of sharing the information to the public. As discussed in class, biologists focus on endogenous factor. In this case, it has nothing to do with the students' environment, but their mind, body. They came from different places in the world, so they have different biological, therefore they must be different from each other. Also, as discussed in class, sociologists focus on exogenous factors such as environmental forces. Asian students are significantly different from Western students since they share different cultures. For example, Western students enjoy having a lot of friends, including international friends, but it's a different story with Asian students when they like to be aloof or socially aloof, when they don't hang out with other students or just hang out with students who share the same nationality. To have a better understanding of this topic, I found another article related to the reason why Asian students don't ask for help, called International Graduate Students Cross-Cultural Academic Engagement, Stories of an Indonesian doctoral student on an American campus. In this study, the researchers talk about the unfamiliarity with classroom contact and with the nature of relationships between faculty and student. Taken together, these two studies somewhat giving an explanation of the lack of using health resource among East and South Asian international students. That's the conclusion.